Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's Monday, by the way. Let's not get specific. But me and Nathan are here on a Monday show. The casuals are fully casualing out, but we're here on a Monday, on a public holiday of all days. Well,
I know.
Double pay for Nathan in here today.
Yeah, overtime. So
overtime, deluxe here.
Injury replacement, I feel like, at the moment, even though they're not injured, but, you know.
Soft replacements, I think is what they are. But we're back. We'll see us twice this week, so don't get sick of our voices just quite yet.
Yep.
Back here for the Monday show. Gee, whatever. Good weekend for some teams, bad weekend for others in terms of the Premier League.
Yep.
But it lived up to it though. We felt like a proper Premier League weekend. Saturday, 6 kickoffs at once, and derby, comebacks galore.
Bit of drama.
Yeah, a bit of drama. I feel like everywhere. Every game on Saturday, I feel like I had the late turnaround or something like that. A great weekend in general in football, but Premier League, a lot of big games. I guess kicked off straight away with what I learned from the weekend, which is in sort of that same sort of tone, comebacks and the like. Aston Villa, I think, are a bit of a real deal when it comes to the top four.
Yep.
Me and Todd sitting here about 4 weeks ago, and we're thinking, probably be Spurs and maybe United will end up pushing into that sort of battle for fourth, and Villa sort of slowly drop away. Because I felt like they were dropping away a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden they've turned a corner. Emery's got the boys playing some great football. Lee Watkins seems to be back in the goals again. Him and Leon Bailey are just ridiculous duo at the moment. And they now look like the best chance or best setup for fourth place. I think Spurs are 3 or 4 points behind them, but I feel like Spurs have now hit their little rough patch as well. So for me, I'm just liking what Villa are doing again at Luton as well. We'll touch on that game a bit later on, but it's no easy win at Luton. We know that as fans of big clubs.
Yeah.
And the fact an 89th minute goal that substitutes to do it, I think they're a real challenge and probably the number one best placed team to take that fourth spot.
Yeah. I'd say I'd say Phil Foden is just becoming one of probably the top 5 players in the league.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable last night. Both his goals, I mean, the first one's just an absolute rocket, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the edge of the box. And then the second one, he does a nice little 1-2. And again, I've seen people say maybe Onana could have saved it. But I think the finish is just world class. And that was the game that probably for me cemented, he's probably a top 5 player in the league at the minute. So.
It's a big one. It always gets overshadowed because you got Bernardo Silva, you got De Bruyne, you got Haaland. So it's hard to really stand out when you got the big boy names. But he's killing it this year. Best season in terms of goals, assists.
He just kind of played everywhere, like out of position at times on the wing.
Yeah,
I think obviously he can't play there now because of De Bruyne and like Bernardo Silva. But I think as like an attacking midfielder, he would be perfect in that team. I think he's playing on the
left.
Right or the left,
anywhere.
But he's just, he was unreal last night.
We might never see the best of him though, because even the Euros, you think Bellingham would be sitting there.
Yeah.
Even then Maddison as well. Like, Foden might be the player that would be just chronically play out of position. Like,
he won't play on the right because of Saka.
No.
On the left, I mean, Southgate loves Sterling, so maybe Rashford. So.
You got to play.
You got to play all of them, you have to play all of them.
Southgate play 5 at the back and it'll be all good.
I mean, Phillips and Hendo.
Yeah, just lock in the midfield there, keep it nice and tight. Alrighty, let's get into our first game to jump into, which is an interesting one in terms of, I didn't think it'd be this one-sided. Fulham 3, Brighton 0. I don't know how much you've kept an eye on Brighton this year, but it seems like whenever you feel like they're out of it, they put a big performance in, they'll pull themselves back in. Then they'll have another 3 or 4 bad games. And it's summarised in the last 8 games, they've only won 2 Premier League games. Yet they sit, I think, 8th.
Yeah, I don't know how.
This is the most shambolic way. I don't know how the hell they've sat 7th and 8th the whole year, but have put in since, I reckon, the second month of the year. I don't think they've put together a consistent string of performances.
Their last good kind of performance was against Sheffield, and I mean, everyone's slapping them up at the minute. So, obviously, they've had a tough year in terms of managing between Europa and obviously the Prem. Obviously Matoma's I think out for the season now. So that obviously hurts them, despite maybe he hasn't been the same Matoma as last season. But it just goes to show how bad sort of teams like Chelsea are below them in a way. Because it feels like every second week they've dropped points and been really disappointing. But it's kind of been their season in a way. They've been capable of this result.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
They've drawn to Burnley at home and obviously this game, but you look at them against Sheffield, and I know it was just Sheffield and everyone's smashing them, but they look good. Some of the goals they scored were good. So I just think it's you know, you can't be hard on them because obviously they're doing incredibly well to be 8th.
Exactly.
And still progressing in the Europa League.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, obviously the injuries don't help. And I think it's just kind of, they're doing the best that they can at the minute with what they've got.
10 wins, 9 draws, 8 losses. Sort of sums it up, right? It's just a bit of everything. You're going to get a mixed bag. And, like, there's so much...
I mean, it just goes to show, though, how, like, kind of highly we rate them if we're judging them by, like, this kind of... like
top 4, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're expecting them to be top 6, and it's like, well, they lost McAllister and Caicedo, and Colwill went back to Chelsea, and, you know, even in past years, they've lost, you know, a whole bunch of players, so... They
haven't got their... they lost... oh, gosh.
Like
Cucurella.
Yeah, Cucurella, Sanchez.
Yeah, a lot, like...
So
it's a totally different team. And even then, I think the thing is, like, the Evan Ferguson hasn't really kicked on. That hasn't really quite worked this year. The signing of... We always touch on, like, Dahoud and Milner. We thought, like, they'll convert them into superstars. That's Brighton, right? Like, it's just the way they work. But no, it hasn't quite hit the ground
Milner's
running.
still, you know, young. He's still, you know, progressing.
Yeah, 37. He's still got another 15 years in him. The legs of the old fella.
Well, all their best players are, like, you know, 19, 20, 21. So
I think
you can expect those inconsistencies.
Yeah. Even Ansu Fati, I was really excited to see how he'd go, but he just keeps getting injured.
On the bench, isn't he, quite a bit?
It just hasn't hit the ground running. Big Europa League tie, though, against Roma midweek.
Yeah, that'll be big.
Zerbi goes back home, so he's going to go at home. But on Fulham, seriously, I thought they were the biggest mixed bag. See, these two teams are mixed bags, but Fulham the last few games, they've won 3 out of the last 4. Their only loss came to Aston Villa, who really, they took it to them as well. I tell you what, NUNEZ, this guy, I thought...
What's that? Is it 5 and 5?
I think it's better now. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I think it's probably 6 and 6 or 6 and 5. Something ridiculous.
They found their next Mitrovic. So,
like, and even then, like Jimenez, I keep touching. There was a little run, 3 games or 4 games in the middle of the season where they went on this similar sort of run. 3 games, they won in a row, and I kept saying Fulham do well when they can score goals. And if they score more than 2, they basically win every single game. And when he went out with the red card and injuries, I'm like, all right, where's this going to come? Where are we going to get these goals from? You know, it looked very empty, looked very dull up there. Yeah. But then just get NUNEZ out of nowhere. And this is a guy that was stuck on the bench, no real threat. I just felt, it felt like one of those Vinicius sort of things with Spurs. It's another Brazilian guy that's going to come and just fill a wage, you know. But wow, active, gets in the right areas. This guy scored, cuts across the defender. Header, great little bit of movement.
Shout out Harry Wilson as well. He had a
game for a Liverpool guy.
I know. Just Klopp just working a bit of magic
everywhere he goes.
You know,
he had a good game.
Oh, the goal and the assist was
That's one of the only. There's not many right now. I feel like in the Prem that are the inverted wingers, like pure just because he does not go on his right foot. Like he is left foot always, but he gets the job done. Like
he's very classy. He's very
silky smooth. Yep. Underrated player. Him and I think Pereira as well. Whenever those two guys are playing well, it feels like Fulham play well. So
big a lot of players that are actually quite underrated. I think Anthony Robertson's had a very
good year.
Very good year. I think Calvin Bassey at the back's been pretty good.
Consistent.
Ever since he's moved. Leno, I think, is a good keeper. And just an overall good squad, isn't it? Obviously, their midfield's good with Reed and Palhinha.
Palhinha's been out there the last few weeks. They've got this win. That's the good thing. They've got the wins without them. And even like the Alex Iwobis of the world, they just recycle these players into being just solid players that get the job done. They must in 12th.
Yep.
1 point behind Chelsea.
I know. Obviously, that's good for them.
Considering how they started the year.
Yeah.
It's definitely beautiful.
Marco Silva's doing a good job there. Very good job.
He's on a clinic. Just so underrated, I feel like.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
He's had a very good year. He'll look to obviously improve in the summer. I don't know where sort of they'll want to look in terms of signings. Because it feels like they're starting 11 for Fulham. Like, how much can you improve on their starting 11?
There's so much the
where do you look? Like, maybe like obviously Williams getting on a bit.
Yeah.
But you got Harry Wilson there that can play there. So maybe in midfield, do they cash in with Palhinha maybe?
Do Bayern still want him?
Yeah. I mean, who knows with Bayern at the minute?
Yeah.
We'll save that for
Wednesday. We can keep going with that. That's a long day to go Wednesday.
But yeah, it's good on Fulham. It's good to see them playing good football.
It's good to be a little bit more consistent.
And Craven Cottage is a hard place to go and win. So
100%.
I mean, every team. I mean, Arsenal lost there. We drew there in the cup. Man City haven't been there yet.
We got a late winner again 2 years in a row. We got a 90th minute winner. It's just a tough. It feels like it's a compact place to play in as well. So Can't really express yourself. But yeah, another big win for Fulham. Brighton, I think it's now Europa League as well. They're keeping their eye on it.
Do you know how far they are off? 6, 7?
It's still very close.
It's still close.
They're 1 point of 8th, so they're 9th, sorry. They're 1 point of 8th. Newcastle, they're 3 points off West Ham in 7th, and 5 points off Manchester United, which is a chaos story at the moment as well. So they could finish 6th.
Yeah.
We could be
They got a tough Europa League draw.
Yeah.
But
and they've got a tough run in
obviously
Premier League as well.
Roma, isn't it?
Yeah, Roma.
Yeah, they're cooking at the minute.
Yeah,
so.
Paulo Dybala's on a different level at the moment.
Don't save it till.
We're getting too excited, aren't we? We're thinking it's Wednesday, it's still Monday. Let's keep bias and Premier League bias here for a bit. Yeah, but big win for them. Fulham, they keep kicking on. Be interesting how far they can go up as well if they get a top off finish in the end.
That's definitely the aim. Also, I don't think they're a bit off Europe, and even with how their season's gone, they've been very
Europe, I think, as well, just to build a squad right before they can get in.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Next, I'll quickly touch on Everton 1, West Ham 3. Strange old game. As I said in the prediction video, none of these teams like playing on the ball. And I was going to say, who's going to sacrifice actually getting to play in possession? It was actually Everton. Everton had more of the ball at home.
Yeah, they dominated.
I think they could have won this game 3-0.
Areola was insane, but
FPL people, they had Areola.
McNeil and Beto just sold.
Oh, that bad. Yeah, the penalty wasn't that bad, but he just made it look. I even knew he was going to go to that bottom corner. The way he squared, like he opened his body up,
it was
just
way
like
so obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Areola's a big size, like you said.
That game should have been over before
West
West
Ham
Ham
in 60th minute.
Yeah.
And then the way the goals were scored, even the last one, I know almost game's gone, but like Garner's poor corner, then poor touch, and then it was just like that sort of summed up where Everton were. Like they're going to be safe now, luckily, because of that 4-point addition now. But they really haven't played that great in a long time.
That's where they've barely won in the new year.
I think they're still winless in the new year.
Yeah, which is mental.
Them and Burnley, which is a lot. Like,
that's ridiculous.
There's a lot where they're at.
So Dyche is obviously struggling at the minute. But again, like how much blame do you put on the manager for that result? Like that just can't, like you
Execution
can't
from the players.
exactly. That's not tactics or how you set up or anything. That's just your strikers not finishing.
Yeah.
So
even Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I can't remember the last time he scored a goal.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I remember at the start of the year, everyone's hyping on him. You have to keep him fit for them to do well. He's gone and played and been fit enough this year and done nothing. Like it's.
I think we're still stuck in the kind of COVID Calvert-Lewin. We think he's that kind of player.
Yeah.
Obviously, the injuries have destroyed him, but I think that's why Beto's sort of like I can't remember the last time Calvert-Lewin played a full 90.
It
comes off after the 65th minute.
60th minute, 70th
So
minute.
I think this whole like 2020 COVID Calvert-Lewin sort of like he was good for like half a season, and then Everton obviously dropped off a little bit that year.
Moments.
I think that's what we're so focused on because he was so good.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of just has to end now, and
Adding a striker.
Yeah. I like Branthwaite. He's a good player.
He's gonna go.
He was the one that whipped in the ball, I think, for the goal. I think it was him.
They're gonna sell him. I'm assuming he's gonna go for a lot of money.
Yeah. Who would go after him though?
United have been linked to him already. Like
Chelsea. You know.
Chelsea got so many defenses today. Any more they'll probably
they got some decent players. They're like Onana's linked to Arsenal.
Yep. Decore's played out of his skin this season as well. I still like Dwight McNeil and Harrison in terms of wingers for Dyche. That's the most Dyche wingers you can get.
It's Dyche
just
ball,
up and down those flanks. They'll just whip the odd ball in. Just get your head on it, like sort of thing. Like,
but any other manager, Dwight McNeil's.
No, that doesn't work. Does not work. Yeah. He's made a career off Dyche football as
pretty much. Yeah.
It's funny with Everton because they could have easily won this 3-0.
Oh, they could have easily. The game should have been over before West Ham scored their first goal. So.
West Ham still. They were better last week before to winning, but even Brentford have been
hit and miss.
Yeah, and then Everton here should have won, and they ended up getting a 3-1 result.
Yeah, it's a bit of a false kind of scoreline in a way.
Because now West Ham, because of how close the top half is, they boost up to 7th now.
Yeah,
which is just like
for West Ham. Like, is it about performances or is it about results at the moment?
I don't think it's been about performances all year, to be honest with you. Like,
it seems from the fans' perspective, it's a performance thing.
They're only Moyes' back already. I feel like the poor block doesn't
get a break. I don't get the whole Moyes is garbage thing. Like, I get they've got ridiculous players like Paqueta and Kudus, and maybe they should play a bit more expansive. But there's no guarantee if you bring in another manager that's just you're gonna play this great football.
There's a very
and results
precise
will.
Manager.
You know what I mean? Like, even if they play this open football, like the defense isn't good enough to pick up the points that they're getting.
Yeah.
So I haven't got the whole Moyes agenda. I mean, they won the Conference League.
Won a trophy. They won a trophy more than they won a.
It's not like they're doing bad in
No.
bad in the league.
No.
Like they get rid of Rice, and even with Rice last year in the league, they were awful.
Yeah, relegation. They were in relegation battle this time last year. We'll
Exactly.
still talk about them.
They get rid of their best player, bring in Kudus, Alvarez.
What a signing Alvarez has been. Joy James Prowse as well.
Yeah, Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant.
Yeah.
So I don't get the whole agenda around him. I don't. I think he's doing a great job.
I can get where the fans can come from, but you've got what you got there. You might as well keep it, because I don't. There's only a very specific manager that can work with a team like that. They're so poor in terms of like defensive. If you want to play this expansive football, you can't. Zuma and Kufal ain't playing on the halfway line.
Exactly.
Like, there's no chance he can do that. And we've seen Areola's a decent shot stopper, but off his line, he's not great. He makes some flappy efforts coming out for corners and coming out. So forget trying to play. Just use what you've got. Like
exactly.
They're doing it right. I'm not the biggest fan of how they play football,
great.
but they get results. So you can't.
Yeah, they're doing great.
It.
Like, are we just going to forget that West Ham, like, 4 or 5 years ago, were close to getting relegated? They were coming 16th, 17th.
Yeah.
Moyes came in and I think he's been unreal. I mean,
we came in once, saved them, then got sacked. Came in, saved them again, and now won them a trophy, and now they're
fighting for a Europa League place. Like
and they're still in Europa League.
I know obviously the football's not.
No. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
It's not Klopp or a Postecoglou or but it's West Ham. No disrespect, but so.
I think the fans are still stuck in.
I'm glad the board have like fully backed him, and I think they're looking at a contract extension. Maybe.
It'd be interesting if it happens, because if they do get Europe again, they go maybe to a quarter or semi in the Europa League. How much talent can they get across? Like, obviously, they desperately need a striker there. Like, if you want to actually try and play expensive, we actually need a striker first, because Bowen down the middle ain't the answer.
You would put him back on the right?
I love seeing him on the right. I think it's a waste of him up front. Get him on the right. Then you get depth by default, because Kudus has to move around, Paqueta has to move around. So you've got one of these big guys on the bench. That's depth. Get an out-and-out striker. Skamaka didn't work, but that's sort of...
I swear West Ham have needed a striker for like 15 years.
And Mikel Antonio just remained there the whole time.
They brought in Skamaka, that didn't work. They brought in Haller a little while ago.
And now he's killing it in Bundesliga.
I know. It's, I don't know. It's a bit of a West Ham curse that bringing in a striker.
Somebody. He just needs anyone. Like, young guy would be good.
Yeah.
Like, if they can get someone in the... Obviously, they won't get Evan Ferguson, but someone in the mould of that, where they can just hopefully go up with him and bring him up with this group.
I would have thought, like, a couple of years ago, Divock Origi would have been perfect for them.
Divock Origi's like second, third string at Forest sometimes. So
I know, but like when he was at Liverpool,
exactly.
Like, I thought that's when a club like that would have gone in for him, because he's proven in the Prem.
Yeah.
He's clutch.
So loves a big cup moment as well. Like,
I know. So
it's strange one.
Yeah, West Ham's a strange one.
Yeah. They're always there. They're always there.
There's always people from the outside like us, like Liverpool and United supporters, that say he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But like West Ham fans just hate him. Like the board love him because obviously he's, look what he's doing.
Yeah.
But,
doing a master stroke.
They're just seeing teams like, I guess, Brighton and playing this open football, and I guess they want that in a way, but it's just stupid because I'd rather win a trophy.
It's true. It is very true. I think, if you want to play that, get a proper defender in. They can play on the
they need to
line.
improve that defence because
too slow, too old.
Yeah, they open up, they'll fucking concede 20 in
4 or 5
games,
a game. Would be ridiculous.
So,
speaking about shipping goals, this one was a bit of a goal fest. Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. Chelsea,
typical
keeps
Chelsea.
going from worst to worst. Chelsea,
and I think Brentford's defence were like full on. Like they had no one.
They had.
I don't think
Sanka came in. They had. I don't even think Pinnock played this
hasn't
game.
been playing, I don't think.
Ben Mee's out for the year now. So Collins came back in after his awful performance a few weeks ago where he just watched the ball for the Liverpool game. They were really underdone. But then Chelsea, we like to talk about 5-backs a few weeks ago. They went to a 5-back.
Yeah.
They brought in Chalobah. They played Chilwell and Gusto as like wing-backs. I don't know, man. Poch's never been a 5-back guy.
I don't know. First off, they were all right.
Okay, yeah, there's a moment.
Apparently they were. I didn't watch the game, obviously. I was watching
some bigger game ago.
Yeah. But yeah, like apparently they were all right. And then second half they just dropped off. Like Brentford scored within the first couple of minutes.
They just pressed them to hell.
I think they hit the post.
Yeah, it was twice, both upright, speed sides.
And then Visas did a Garnacho. Did an absolute. That was a screamer, that. But yeah, just I don't know. It's just same old. Like it's the same players that just kind of let them down at the minute.
I think we've touched on it almost every second week. We're touching Chelsea, and to this day, I don't know how I could solve it. Like even in an ideal world, I don't know what I'd do because there's a lot of good players, a lot of cool names, a lot of money there.
But where do you start?
Where the hell? It's one of those ones you just gotta just like sit and close your eyes and pick one out. Because even Poch, I've been backing him, but I think there's only so much you can back him.
I guess to a point where it's like, how much longer can this go on for?
It's just it's ridiculous. Like
do you think it's mainly what would you put it down to? Is it just the players are just it's just a jumble of just?
I just think it's too many different players do too many different things. Like
spent too much too quickly.
It
on
is
just unnecessary.
Yeah, maybe if you put them together over 5 years, it might work. But you've put them together over 2 or 1.5 years, and their marquee. That's the thing I back Poch in though, because your marquee signing was Christopher Nkunku, who I think his stats will be alright for minutes played per like goals and assists. But he's out again for a month.
Yeah, exactly.
So like now this goes on to the scouting group and the guys in charge of the transfer deal, because Poch wanted him, but then as like a chief executive or someone who's in the scouting, you'd be like, this guy had a bad injury last year. Is it really worth us doing this 60 million signing? And this is where it goes back to they signed him the middle of last season.
Yeah, especially after Timo Werner. Like same league, same club. Surely, even if you think he's the guy with the injury, you've got to be like, okay, maybe we have to look at other options first. And if we still think Nkunku's the guy, then go spend that money. You got it, so spend it. But yeah, like with the money spent, you could probably only say there's probably been 2 major successes, and that's been Gusto and Palmer. Maybe Petrovic.
Yeah, and he was one of the cheaper ones.
But he's supposed to be a fucking backup.
Yeah, no. Rob Sanchez is not getting in that number 1 spot, by the way. Petrovic is a very good keeper.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Like Gusto and Palmer, that's all I can think of.
Even then, Gusto,
they can guarantee Say's been a success.
Yeah. Well, I think you could look at pre-season, and it was Jackson scoring. It was Nkunku and Jackson, that awesome combination.
Mudryk as well.
Mudryk was, as good as Maatsen as well. Maatsen was very impressive. And I get Chilwell's the whole vice captain and stuff, but to get rid of Maatsen, who's more the future, he's been at Chelsea. He can play left wing back, left back. You can always chuck him right up the pitch. You give me someone like that who's so versatile, who's actually hit the ground running at Dortmund, did a great job.
Yeah,
I just think this goes to show of just no idea what they're doing. There's no transfer plan. There's no future plan. That's the problem. Maybe if that comes onto Poch, maybe that's where it goes down for me. But I don't know. Is that his fault? Is that Bowley's fault? Is that the chief executive? Is that the
I think that's more. I'd put it more down to Bowley, because even before Poch came in, they were still buying all these young players.
It's so clueless.
I don't know. I mean, it's what everyone's talking about. What do you do? Where do you even start? Because you can't sell some of these players because they're on 8-year contracts. You can't get rid of the manager in a way, because who are you going to bring in?
That's the thing. I know who are you going to bring in.
Who would want the job anyway?
1, who would want it? 2, what can they even
do?
With
the ownership and just the fans are always on the manager's back, and it's a club that their fans kind of feed off success straight away because of the Abramovich era. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's only one man for the job, the special one, to come back in and just fix it all up.
Maybe that might have to be their option.
We said it a few weeks
ago.
Loved
by the fans. Yeah. So.
But I don't think it would be the smart move. But right now, I think it's the only way you can. That's the only manager I can think can do a job here. Get Gus Hiddink back in as well. Get the saviour get Chelsea saviour.
Get John Terry and all them back, but bring back Frank.
Special Frank.
Let him cook.
Yeah. It's strange.
Yeah.
And the thing is, some of their transfers haven't been that bad. They sold Havertz and Mount for 140 mil. Yeah. Which is a lot of good money. You would think
is good business.
Yeah, but considering how much they've spent,
even Havertz is doing all right now. So
it's turned around. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's a lost cause at the moment.
Yeah.
Even Caicedo, I do not. I was so excited about Caicedo.
Even now, with signings like FFP, how much are they going to be able to spend? And where do you spend? How do you improve on Fernandes and Caicedo?
That should be the best midfield for the next 10 years.
The defence, you've just brought in Disassi and
you got Badiashile there.
Badiashile. Fafana's still got to come back.
Fafana has to get sold, by the way. I'd take 20 mil and get rid of him.
I think he's classed.
But he's in. I think he's 85% of the time he's there.
I know. But you bought him for what, 80 odd mil?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you got to persist. You got to persist with him. I think. unless he gets another one, then
this is the how much longer though,
because he's good. He's very good.
The same with me and Reece James. I was backing Reece James. I backed Reece James in the whole time, but now I'm done. I've finished with it. He's your club captain.
What, Reece?
Yeah, I'm done.
As in, like, would you sell him
or just you're not your first choice anymore? As
Gusto's,
there's
not much difference.
It sounds, yeah. Or even just try and get money for him, send him to Italy or something like that. Yeah. Because
I don't think they'll sell him. Because obviously, I don't think
he
won't leave.
He's club captain. He's like the face of the club, but still, like, how much longer can you play 3 games, win all 3 with him, then you miss him, and then your whole structure falls apart? Because right now, the only thing that works for Chelsea is when he plays. It feels like they start winning, and he's there. He's played all of like 10 games this year.
Yeah, not even. I don't think
it's just like
he played the first couple of games, then he got injured, then he came back for a game. Yeah, and I think he did his Emmy again or whatever. So
get his sister to play instead. She's probably better luck than he is.
Yeah,
and a big point for Brentford in terms of keeps him just.
I think they'll be disappointed to not win that.
Considering how
a crap goal with Disasi, obviously good ball, but like
no one there marked him up as well.
You'd think Brentford would be strong.
The Sun had a bit of play. The Sun was super low. Yeah. The keeper just Fleckens. That's another signing, so I'm not sure about. He's been a bit mid for them.
Besides Man City, he was fucking incredible.
Actually true. He was nuts.
I think he's living off that game a little.
Because I've not been impressed with him this year at all. I guess he come off Raya, it's a different story.
Big
boots to fill, yeah. It's just,
But still.
I don't know. I thought the keeper at least could have, like, covered himself a bit more.
Maybe the Sun did play.
It was low, and he didn't react in time. Disasi had...
You would think, like they would obviously, like, kind of test that in a way.
Yeah.
So you can't really put the blame on that in a way. I know it sounds stupid, but, like, you know what I mean? Surely they'd kind of test that, like, if a cross comes in, will the Sun
impact?
Yeah.
It just seemed weird. He just didn't react quick enough. Maybe it
box, wasn't it? It was in his 6-yard the header.
Yeah, it was literally on the line of the back post. And I'm not expecting him to save it, but he didn't react and get there to cover. I don't know. It was a really weak goal to concede, but handy enough point. I think they're now well and truly away.
Who's this?
Brentford. Oh, they're not well and truly.
Not really.
6 points off Luton.
Are close, aren't they?
Yeah, 2 points off Forest, 6 points off Luton. Luton have a game in hand. Thomas Frank knows how to get it done, but they're just not converting enough for me. How they were last few years. Again, we hold them in such a high.
I worry about them next year.
Tony gone.
I think that they were going to sign a striker in January, but I think that deal's gone now. I think that got something with his medical. I think he got maybe the guy's injured or something. Right. So I think they'll be in the market again. Like Tony will leave for you'd think around 100 mil. You'd think. It's just going to be how they spend it. If they do something similar to West Ham and spend it on 3 or 4 players,
be smart. Yeah,
that'd be good. But obviously, strikers in today's market, you're going to have to pay probably overs.
Yeah,
because they're just so rare. If you're looking for like a top quality one,
just scores goals.
Yeah, so you're going to have to pay at least probably 10, 15 million over. So.
Like an average striker now is 50 million. It's ridiculous.
Obviously, I think that the injuries haven't helped them with like Yusu and Mbeumo and stuff. But they're big. It's going to be tough for them. So
see if they can hang on.
We'll really see how good Thomas Frank is.
Yeah,
he's a good manager, but this will really test him.
Can he really work master strokes with them?
Yeah.
Alrighty, the big game next week. I'm labelling it the title decider. That's just I'm saying. You're obviously on the fence because as a invested party.
I have to.
But as an uninvested party and someone who I think these two are the best teams going around. This for me is the title decider. It's Man City versus Liverpool next weekend.
Yep. Sunday
midday kickoff. It's prime time. Get around it sort of stuff. To prep, we've got a combined 11. I wish it was closer, but it's more just we can just talk about the game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything else? Yeah. All right, let's we'll go through our whole 11. Yep. We'll compare the both and have a quick chat about next week's game.
Do you want me to go?
You go first, and I'll back you up.
So I've got obviously this is who is fit.
Yeah, because there'll be a lot more players.
This will be completely different. Just 9 Liverpool players, but I've got Edison in goal. I've got Walker right back. Yeah. Diaz and Van Dijk centre back with Robertson left back. Yeah. I've got Rodri, De Bruyne, and McAllister.
Yeah.
And I've got Salah, Haaland, and Foden.
Exact same 11.
Literally the exact same 11. I mean, anything else is
the only one I was tempted on was the Ginger Neuer I was going to put Coleman Kelleher in there. So close. He's playing ridiculous at the moment.
Very well, yeah.
Man, the match in the last 2
I had
games.
Foden and Diaz in originally, but I was like, Salah should be fit.
Yeah, if Jota was available as well, I'd be thinking about maybe squeezing him somewhere in that front line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so hard with the aura of City players. Like, if you leave out you leave out Ruben Diaz, you get called like a City hater. But Konate's been good this season.
Exactly,
it's.
Obviously, there's an argument for the only one you could argue is Bernardo Silva over McAllister.
Maybe, but I think McAllister's so important.
Yeah, he's been unreal, hasn't he?
And he's the McAllister fan club champion, leader, captain.
Got to fit in some Liverpool players. Only got 4 Liverpool players and actually hurt. I thought I had.
Well, when Alisson's fit, that's obviously the fifth, and then 5 and 6 a little bit more even. But big game though.
Oh, huge game. Yeah, already nervous for it. So
at Anfield as well. That's a tick in Liverpool's box.
Yeah. That's going to be I can't wait for it. It's the atmosphere, the Klopp and Guardiola going at it one last time.
Couple of those handshakes.
Obviously, we're a bit, we've got a couple of players coming back with Salah and Szoboszlai and NUNEZ play on the weekend. But, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
It's just from minute one, it's going to be back and forth. I can't wait.
It's going to be end to end. There's going to be a lot of chances.
0-0?
If it's a 0-0, you'd have to think both keepers have had a fucking incredible game.
Absolutely stellar game.
Again, I think most people will predict probably a draw.
Everyone we love
all these games
draw.
Like a 2-2 or something like that. But yeah, this is just going to be just fucking go at each other. It's just that's what it's going to be.
Ake versus Salah. You've got Foden versus.
Even that midfield battle is going to be elite with Rodri.
I think you guys won the midfield battle last time out in that game.
Second half, I'd say probably. Yeah,
I think
first half we got battered. I'd say
it was a weird one because they just kept feeding Doku. So I feel like he kept bypassing the midfield, just kept feeding Doku, and Trent and Doku were going at it. But this time it'll be probably Foden and Bradley or whoever goes. Maybe Bernardo Silva's out there.
Doku and Bradley. That's gonna be a great battle.
Classic battle.
You'd think it'd be Doku. Obviously, Grealish is injured.
Yeah,
can't see anyone else playing out there.
It's going to be one of those. And you got obviously McAllister alongside Endo, alongside Szoboszlai versus...
Endo against Rodri, I'm here for it.
Yeah. The Japanese Busquets versus the Spanish.
Ever since I called him that.
Yeah, he's lived up to expectations. I'll hang by that.
Yeah, and that was just out of pure pride that I called. It wasn't... I didn't even think he was...
ball knowledge. Absolute ball knowledge. You've seen it from day one.
Yeah.
McAllister versus Bernardo Silva, two creators in midfield.
This game's going to be mental. Oh.
This is David Escalade. No,
Sunday 11:45.
Yeah, like prime English kick, midday Sunday kickoff.
Oh my god,
it's the Clash of Titans basically.
I wish we had a fully fit team and they had games under their belt like Alisson and Trent playing, I don't even know if Salah will start. He might even start on the bench.
I think he would come off the bench. I have a feeling because Klopp's
been
very smart about it.
Midweek in the Europa. If he travels, I think then he'll definitely start City. But I think if he doesn't go for the Europa League game. Even on the bench, I think he'll start on the bench. He's
been smart about though, Klopp. He's brought his players on the right times. He hasn't overworked them. Yeah. Other than for
this has been his best year of management ever.
In terms of player management, he's just got everything
with what he's done. Yeah, 100%.
We'll touch on obviously the game coming up literally in a few seconds' time, but bring on those guys at the right time, giving them enough in their legs that can go then now for this. Yeah, it's just perfect. And you got an easier Europa League tie, so you probably could rest some of the big boys.
The away goals rule, how they've gotten rid of that kind of helps us.
Out big
because even if we lose, if we just go pretty weak and lose 1-0,
come home.
You can go home and you got the Anfield crowd behind you, so you can.
It sucks the ball in the back of the net. That's the thing.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Just
really early prediction.
Games are just coming every couple of days, which you could say will affect us, and maybe it will, but at the moment,
momentum though,
it's just a wave, isn't it? So
keeps coming,
just keeps coming. So
again, that was all right. Early prediction.
Oh my god.
He's gonna be a 2-1 Merchant again. Is he gonna be?
Yeah, honestly, that's just in my head at the most. Is 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
How can you not say 2-1?
Yeah, I was saying, this is my 2-1 game of all time.
How can you not say 2-1?
2-1.
It's either I don't want to predict a draw because I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not predicting a draw. Yeah, so I'm going 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going 3-2 Liverpool.
Ooh, goals.
I'm going Luis Diaz right at the end. I nearly predicted the win on the weekend. I said
you said Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott stoppage time win. They got NUNEZ.
If you were a bit more of a shithouse and said NUNEZ, You could have been on it.
I could have been on it.
Every week you're like so close with the
My Liverpool predictions are hitting the bit.
Bang on. So
put
your
house,
prediction video and just
put your house on
like
Liverpool 3-2.
Add a goal usually.
Yeah, here or there, or different goals.
If you're gonna bet on it, add a goal because you predicted I think 3-1 Brentford and Gakpo scored.
Yeah,
you predicted what was
2-1 the weekend.
Was it Luton? What was the Liverpool Luton? Didn't you predict?
Oh no, I think you picked battering.
Wasn't it 4-0 you predicted?
Yeah,
it was 4-1. Yeah, it was 4-1.
Oh, what's 4-1?
So yeah, so you
add a goal
one,
here and there, and then
you
said to go. That's why I'm a wizard when it comes to
exactly, mate. Exactly.
What a game! Well, as we normally do on Wednesday, that team that wins everything. That wins every trophy available.
That wins every trophy.
Club World Cup, FIFA World Cup.
No, that wins the quad.
Yeah, that wins.
Yeah.
How many trophies can you get? 1, 2. That wins all 6. I could probably win all 6, right?
Mate, yeah, the Club World Cup and the
Super Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wins all 6, yeah. Forget
we had the Community Shield in there as well.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7. The Macca's Community Shield, what a trophy that one is. Or a trophy that one is. All right. Next game quickly going to touch on before we get to the Liverpool game. Newcastle 3, Wolves 0. I thought Wolves would get this game. I generally thought they might nick it. Yeah, I thought they were going to nick through and win it. In the first 10 minutes, it sort of felt like that. It was back and forth. But then once Newcastle got the first in from Isaac, just sort of was smooth sailing. It was like Newcastle of old, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
At home.
That was a much better Newcastle performance. So.
I think having Murphy and Willock back, it sort of felt like at least they got the structural positions back. Obviously, there's no Joe Linton. I think they really miss Joe Linton in midfield.
Yeah, he's huge.
That's
for
a
that
big
team,
loss. So Willock, in terms of like a big body that can carry the ball a little bit more, helped. Jacob Murphy, in terms of more of a proficient passer, maybe, and a more proficient winger in general, helps out. And then obviously when you got Isaac up there,
he's a great player.
When he's fit, top 5, top 4 in the Prem, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
Incredible.
Very good. Yeah, it's just he obviously had a couple of injuries.
Tough with injuries
here and there. I think obviously just the amount of injuries that Newcastle have had in general has also hurt him.
It's killed him.
It's weird. I think Eddie Howe's better with like guys like Murphy and Willock than he is with the big superstar, big boys. Yeah,
that's what I think. I still reckon he'll be gone. I think.
You think he'll go?
Yeah, but again, this is the problem. Who you get as a manager? But if with Newcastle's money, buy someone out.
I think they'll give him start of next season.
One more go?
Yeah, I think they will. Just with the whole like Tonali situation and the injuries, so I think it'd be.
It'll be
not
harsh.
disrespect. Yeah, that's just the business though, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's just the industry that they're in. I think it'd be a bit like unfair in a way if they didn't give him the start of next season. If he starts off poor next season, I think he is gone.
Away. Yeah.
But yeah, like again, it's just like who do you want?
That's the problem. Right now, it's
like
so
you're not going to
hard
get
tell.
Alonso. He's going to Munich or Liverpool.
Yeah,
you
you lock away.
unless something fucking.
If they pay him out
happens.
to get him there, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, but
No, I don't see it happening.
like again, Graham Potter. No,
Nah.
He didn't do it at Chelsea.
You need someone who's going to push him on, right? I don't want anyone to stay stagnant. You want like a big boy manager. Like I'm thinking like a.
Could you go after? This might be fucking rogue. Could you go after Girona's manager?
But I'm thinking someone from Spain, right?
Something a bit left field.
Yes, I'm thinking more of like that front footed style of football. Like you want someone of the status of like.
That's the thing. You want someone that's won.
Like,
and I know
it's just sound dumb, like a Simeone type status.
Yeah,
that, like, it commands the dressing room, but not Simeone.
Because Michelle doesn't have that.
That's
he's won he's gotten teams promoted, but that's not
the tick you need in that box,
exactly.
Right? I think they need one of those big boys, like an Ancelotti on the sidelines. You know?
Is Zidane that manager? Is he him? You know?
I tell you what, he could go down as the best manager of all time if he can get Newcastle with a Premier League with that. Because his resume is ridiculous. Because he did it for so short.
Is that just the team
Ronaldo.
he had?
Yeah, he had noodle hair Ronaldo.
He literally had
prime battle. Marcelo was sambering everywhere.
Yeah, I think they'll keep him. I don't think there's a suitable kind of candidate.
Yeah, come to me back in maybe July, June.
Yeah,
where we have an idea where everyone's landing.
Yeah,
because there's going to be a door's not open for a short period of time. They got to if they want it, they got to pounce because. We've said it. The transfer window in the summer is not going to be as exciting as a manager transfer window. It feels like there's going to be a lot of movement there. You said it, like Michelle from Girona. He's probably going to get asked around a fair bit.
You'd think, yeah.
You could be seeing managers like Eddie Howe being sacked. Pressure on Pochettino. Pressure on Ten Hag. Pressure there's so many managers that are a lot could be moving around. So, and obviously Tuchel's leaving.
Maybe Tuchel, yeah.
There's a lot of German managers as well, but I don't think they're going to work in the Premier League.
Yeah, I don't.
Tuchel might, but under the Hansi Flicks and Nagelsmann's, I don't think that's going to work.
Would would his
Xavi?
end at Tuchel? Would his end at Chelsea kind of affect you if you were in Newcastle? If you're on the board at Newcastle, would that sort of?
Surely not.
If it was to, it wouldn't.
See what Chelsea become like.
Yeah, I know. Even I know, but at Bayern he's struggled. Yeah. I guess that kind of they've struggled for a little.
Yes, it's true. The Bayern thing is bad because he came and nearly bottled the league last year, and he's bottled basically.
That's why I think you just have to kind of keep him at the minute, even if you're not completely sold on him in terms of the next step.
Hold on and wait till something happens, maybe.
Yeah,
Xavi.
Yeah.
Xavi's coming from Barcelona,
Barcelona. Honestly, I can't see Xavi coaching anyone else.
Yeah,
besides, I just can't see it.
But I feel like he loves football. He'll be around football soon.
Yeah, he'll be around. I just can't see it. It just feels weird him not being.
You've gone and seen him from sunny Barcelona to the raining Tyneside where it's dark 24/7.
I know.
I can't see that happening as well. I can't see it happening.
Yeah, that's mental.
We've seen strange things though. Tonali didn't want to be there. Now he loves the club.
Yeah.
So
I can't see Xavi going to fucking Luton. I can't see him. I can't see it. I can't see
Xavi at Kenilworth Road just doing like, come on boys, come back.
I can't see it. So, but yeah, that's one to look out for sure.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And Wolves a tough loss. They had that little hole they had on 8th place last 1 week, so they're back down. They're back down to 10th now. I think. So but they're both teams that go right. I think this might be hopefully Newcastle's little turnaround, or for them, not for me as a United fan, because they're going to come and.
Do you think they'll get Europe Conference League or anything?
What's the go?
Do you reckon you'd put them in
there? They'll get West Ham. They've got 4 points to get on us.
I don't think they'll get you. I think you'll manage to just pick up points here and there. I think
it's going to be very tight. I'm thinking, our goal difference might kill us.
Yeah, -2.
-2 in your top 6. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Because they're 12. They battered Sheffield. So they've got that goal difference in their corner.
That's huge.
I'll tell you what, that could be saying that's right down to the end as well. I don't think... Let me just double check. I think we've got them at home.
Yeah, they beat
we got them at home.
Yeah, they beat you 1-0.
On the 5th last game of the year.
That could be a decider for it then. That could be it, yeah. That could be fucking Conference League or Europa or anything.
Or a conference. Manchester United conference. Okay, yeah, let's not think about that. On more up-note stories, Forest 0, Liverpool 1. Wow, what a game. What a game. I was battling, like I'd run and swam that day. So I was watching the game, fell asleep during halftime, woke back up at the 7th minute. And thank God I woke up in the 7th minute. Yeah. Because that finish was like...
Incredible, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
obviously
special.
a lot of controversy around it, which I'm sure
I don't think it's controversial. That's my view. I don't think none of that was controversial at all.
The
drop ball thing was a bit dodgy.
The drop ball thing, but that is dodgy, the one that Liverpool got no doubt about. But Forest also got one as well, where I think we had a shot, Yates went down, and then the ref gave it back to
and
Forest.
Dropped it back. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that that's acceptable. No. Liverpool got it's fine.
Yeah,
but it's just poor refereeing at the end of the day. And then the whole added time thing, it's a minimum of 8 minutes.
This is what I said to say.
And they were time wasting as well. So
they went down a few times, and obviously the head collision adds. I don't know.
And even if they weren't, we'll talk about this more with Madrid, obviously.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about that for a shit ton. But the players, they're there to entertain, right? And they can't do that unless the refs support them.
Yeah, allow them.
If it's in the box and it's the 98th minute and 30 seconds, it's up to Forest to clear the ball.
They didn't clear it.
And they didn't clear it.
It's a poor touch.
So the ref should play on because it's still an attacking. It's still an attacking play.
Because they had the ball in the edge of the area.
So again, I didn't see it was as drama as such. I didn't think it was controversial.
I just thought it was kind of
common sense. Yeah. Obviously, the drop ball thing's just
that was dodgy.
Just shit.
Yeah. But you're right. I didn't think of that. It went both ways. And that refereeing on the weekend wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either. There was a few.
Yeah, it was dodgy.
Wasn't new, by the way, but but that's any real judgment. I thought. I think the time thing. Most games go 30, 40 seconds over anyway.
Like Arsenal scored against Luton.
Yeah,
97.
Yeah, well and truly.
Just 20 seconds after. So what? It doesn't count. Yeah. So
because seven screenshots of NUNEZ celebrating a minute later because he's scored a goal, ran off and celebrated, and that's when everyone screenshot the ball.
I think when McAllister had the ball, I think it was about 25.
Yeah, I'm thinking close to 30.
30.
Max,
I think it was around there.
He's in the edge of his box, by the way. He's not on the halfway line. Like,
all
trying
I
to
do
launch
was
it in.
kick it.
Yeah.
Kick it out and it'll blow.
Hudson-Odoi just had the heavy touch. McAllister won it back.
Yeah, Awonyi and
Awonyi, yeah.
it's not like that.
It was fair play. It was like...
It was actually Endo who won it back. And then McAllister, he like deflected it and it went to McAllister. Yeah.
Good ball.
Oh, great ball. That's just a fucking clutch ball.
Just floating it into the 6-yard penalty spot.
35
Perfect
mil.
spot.
I mean, we could look back at this in, 10 years and say that could be the bargain of the decade on it, because it's 35 million for a player like that is. I mean, it's just it's so unheard of in today's. Like that's obviously Trossard when he went for like 20 mil.
That was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. This is on the same level.
But there was like arguments there. There's no like problem with McAllister. Like there was none at all.
Oh, none.
There was love to the club, and you've somehow scammed him for
35 million for a World Cup winner. Like, thank you very much.
And he plays 6, he plays 8, he plays 10.
Oh,
he's
unreal in every position.
Yeah, I think
he's 100% in the conversation. He's probably not in it, but he's in the conversation for team of the season.
In my team of the season,
he's probably in yours. Yeah, he is your player. He's your player of the season.
Yeah, player of the year. Even Declan Rice, I think right now the only ones who could almost. Even Declan Rice can't play 10. I reckon he's probably the only midfielders right now. Even a Bruno Guimaraes maybe.
Yeah,
they can play all 3.
Yeah,
they can play 10, can play 6, can play 8.
He's an unreal footballer, man.
Doesn't miss many weeks.
Honestly, he's quickly becoming probably my favourite Liverpool player. Yeah, he's so good on the ball. Incredible. Defensively, he does a job. Again, he's not the quickest guy, but his positioning and everything makes up for that.
That's what I say. It doesn't feel like he's ever out of position or ever like out of touch with the pace of the game. He's always up to speed.
Even some of his balls to Diaz and like Gakpo, we couldn't finish them. But if they go as goals, you'd be talking about it all the time. Yeah. But because they're not, it's just brushed aside. He's unreal.
So pivotal. That midfield too, we keep saying it's been so pivotal.
I'm looking forward to him at 8 against a team like Man City to see what he can do.
See what he's got.
Yeah. Because obviously he's played those games as a 6.
Yeah.
And last time he was probably our best player.
I think he was best at the 6. That first half, I think he played very well.
So yeah, he's unbelievable. And he's 24? Like 23, 24?
35 million, that is,
That's unreal. And how quickly we got it done. Yeah, all the talk was about like Caicedo and rightly so, like we were gonna get him.
what a choice that was.
But obviously we got McAllister first. That was our first signing. So that was almost one of the quickest signings we've ever done.
I saw him in the shirt before I even got to relax up there. And then the last season I was like, he's already signed. Wow.
Yeah, he's proven every bit of the money we paid for him. So
just on that point, a bit waffling, but the fact you sign him so early, that's a sign to clubs. Get the job done early, because then you get to have the full pre-season, meet the manager, understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Where these signings that get done like a week before the start of the season, like how we do it with it. He walks on the ground with the shirt in the first day of the season, but you're not there for the game one, right?
Yeah.
McAllister just hit the ground running like he's been there for the last 5 years.
I mean, not to hate on United again, but like it's just kind of the league table just shows not just the teams, but where the whole clubs are at. Look at United's transfer, and they're probably the worst in the league in terms of transfers.
Yeah.
Like you were haggling over. Obviously, we know the whole Anthony thing, the 40, 50 million. Then it went up to 80. The Mason Mount thing, how you like that's just an overpay.
Yeah.
Obviously Casemiro was good for a season, but now it's looking like 60 mil.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, we paid 60 mil,
And it's not even that, it's the 5-year contract, which is even worse.
Yeah.
So you pay 60 mil, but give him a 3-year contract.
Yeah, max.
And if he doesn't accept it, then don't get him. But you're supposed to be the biggest club in the world.
Yeah, the players want to come to you, not to,
exactly.
Pull players in.
So, but yeah, it's unbelievable business. So we'll see if obviously that keeps going with Liverpool, with like obviously most of the coaches
all moving on a bit.
So obviously we're looking at getting a sporting director in, bring back good old Michael Edwards, who was huge for sort of the first Klopp team.
Yeah, the first era or iteration.
Hopefully we get him back, which would be nice. But
and with hopefully Alonso there, I think he'll know how to
hopefully
just bring his entourage across, and
we'll see what happens. Bring inverts and and 3-5-2, and we'll go undefeated for 33 odd games. So
keep winning. So massive win.
Huge.
Obviously, we know what happened to the Manchester derby, so it's still you keep that gap between you and City.
Yeah.
Which was looking a little bit bigger at one point.
Looking great, and then Foden just said no.
Decided to be a hero.
Yeah.
So your goal difference 39 though, which is handy. 4 more than City, equal with Arsenal now.
Yeah,
they obviously play tonight.
That'll go up another 10 though. Oh god, I can't believe you predicted 7-0. That's crazy.
Yeah, 7-0.
That's I'll go 6.
I know no like Sheffield United fans actually watch this page, but every week my prediction videos, it's a massive 25-minute long video. The Sheffield United games go for like a minute. It's just like, yeah, they're rubbish. The other team's good.
6-0. 6-0. No, they might get a goal. Actually, no, they won't.
No.
That's fair enough.
But that's about a night. If Arsenal have what I think they've got in terms of they want to be competitive, they're going to have to batter them 7-0, I think.
If they just play good, they'll score 5 past them easy. So.
I think their answer to the title is to be aggressive and to keep scoring. Even though the defence is good, and I know that, but I think they look their best right now and they're just going to go and just score. I think you and Man City have the ability to grind out results. Technically, the derby was, in a way, grinding it out because they just kept going and going, and they finally broke away. That's the sign of a champion team. Like you weren't ridiculous in the first half, be a little bit slow at it. No. Second half just kept going, grinding. Right subs, bang, goal. That's why I always have those two teams, Man City and Liverpool, up because the last 6 years have been dominated by you two guys. You guys know to win games, not to win titles. So Arsenal need to show me something a little bit more. So I'll just go a little bit off topic anyway. Yes, it's all tiny up the top, man. Come on, the Premier League.
You love it.
Yeah.
It's great, you know.
Right, get it in.
But for me, it's fucking heart attack.
Every morning,
Heart Attack FC.
Wakes up 2 a.m. every morning just holding his chest and endo to fit you.
Pretty much, yeah. Just lying in bed like, why the fuck do I support this football club?
Have you seen, is it McAllister, like one of those like ice chambers, whatever? And on Twitter, someone's like, rumour has this where Klopp keeps McAllister all week long. It's like one of those like cryo chambers, and then one of the Liverpool fans is like, "Yes, keep him there until Saturday. Keep him there until Saturday. Don't let him out."
I haven't seen it. No,
I was like, "That's classic." Without injuries as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know how we're doing it at the minute. We shouldn't really even be in the title. We should be out of it.
Just passion.
If you think about it.
That's just playing for your manager.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
Klopp's just tactical masterclass, mate. Announce I'm leaving.
Yeah,
all guns.
That is max aura of what.
Literally,
I'm leaving. Everyone's like, yeah, okay, we're
like level 100 boss.
Yeah. Top moments. Yeah. All right, quickly going to touch on Spurs. They go back to winning ways. 3-1 over Palace. Another game as well though. Palace were.
Damn, it looked Spursy for like 65 minutes.
But this is the new Spursy now though. And just does the old Ancelotti raise his eyebrow, and like. After 70 minutes, how many times this season have we seen Brennan Johnson come off the bench and just save games?
He was huge, He was huge.
He might turn to like the new like Chicharito for Man United.
Yeah, bit of an unsung hero, right?
Yeah, just comes off the bench, just gets
people hating on him a bit. I know his end product can be a bit.
It's hit and miss, but when it hits,
when it hits, he's a very good player. So
I have a bit of a soft spot for him. I don't think he was very good last year.
He was him and Gibbs White were the reason why they stayed up in the end. So.
And I think, in terms of like a young player, there's so much upside because you're right. When it's there, when the end product's all there, it's hard to stop him. Pace, precision. But again, it's about can you get that for 90 minutes, which is why I think Ant hasn't come off the bench. But I'll tell you what, Palace looked much better under Glasner in charge as well. But he did this. He was with Freiburg or Frankfurt.
Frankfurt maybe, yeah.
And doing a little bit of research before the prediction videos the first week he joined. It is that. He would think he'll fit past to a T. It's grinding out results, using your superstars, which in this game, Eze again, what a free kick.
He just comes back from injury and just casually puts on top. Puts him
back in there. And if he'd played the whole 90, which is smart, I guess, for Glasner to pull him off because of how injury prone he's been. If he'd been on there, you never know, counter-attack.
I mean, he's got to go to a big club, surely.
Him and Elise, man, they both have to go.
Yeah.
I think
for Palace, like they scored and obviously they sat back.
Yeah.
Do you think that's... I mean, Roy Hodgson could have done that in a way. I know he's just got the job.
Yeah.
But would you have, in a way, maybe liked to see them a bit more expansive?
A little bit. I'd like to see them how they were at 0-0 a bit.
Because I think that's kind of why Palace got rid of Roy, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's no...
That's why they brought in Vieira to try and play this a bit.
Because... If I'm correct in what I've read and what I've seen in a few like clips of how he sets up, it's about counter pressing at the right time. If they had Luton played, genuinely, I reckon they'd have so many more points.
Because they got good fucking players.
Because they got superstars up front. Like I like Eduardo Mateta as a combination as well. I think it's a nice combo. IE's obviously back. That's good up there. And you've got Eze and Lee. When they both play, I think they win every game. If it was like, but when one of them plays,
they're hard to beat.
You've got superstars up there. So I think spring the odd counter press. Or put pressure on teams high up the pitch like they did versus Spurs. They put it under pressure. That's what led to the free kick. That's what led to the goal in the end was, forcing a turnover in the front half of the ground. That's what his style's going to be like. But you're right. Once they scored the goal, it all went to just...
Yeah, I know he's just got the job, but that's why I just asked the question because,
you're right, though.
Like, Palace fans would want to see they score, not fucking go 100 mile an hour.
But like,
but like still kind of play a bit higher.
Yeah.
Obviously, Spurs are good at getting in behind, but I think obviously I'm probably being a bit too harsh, but next season hopefully Palace can play a bit more expansive. That's what their fans are just crying out for. It's probably the most like kind of hopeless club in the league in a way. Like
they're just there.
Like you don't expect them to go down, but it's like 10th is the best, and that'd be fucking incredible.
That'd be a great
considering now, like
with how deep
Chelsea
the league
is.
and
so I don't know.
Tough time to be. I suppose it's a tough year to be a Palace fan. Feels like.
So hopefully I hope the new manager does well, just for them and their fans, because their away fans are fucking brilliant.
They were brilliant.
Even their home fans are great. Yeah.
Because I had the Liverpool game up. I had a goal rush here. The equivalent match of the day over there.
Yeah.
I had that on my close screen, and then on my big screen I had that game on. Very interesting to see how it went. But for minute one, all you hear is the Palace fans going like mental. Like a Palace home game. It was ridiculous. They deserve it. They deserve something.
They deserve it. Hopefully, the new manager bring in a couple of players and just be a bit more just entertaining in a way.
Go after a bit. Usually,
if Eze and Elise weren't there, oh my god,
they're in trouble.
That'd be dire.
They're in a lot of trouble.
I mean, you'd think they have to go at some point.
I want Elise.
I think Elise could go this summer.
I want Elise.
Eze's just signed a new contract, hasn't he?
He got like a 4-year deal somehow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can tell you just to boost the money up on the deal.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they've done that.
Yeah, that's true.
I can see it. Eze at Chelsea would like something different. Get rid of Sterling, try a bit of Eze.
Yeah, maybe.
Eze Palmer, that's exciting.
Feels like every player we talk about where they're going to go is Chelsea, isn't it?
Chelsea will reach.
I'd love to see Eze at Man City. That'd be a fucking. Could you imagine it?
I think he'd be better than Doku. That's a road shout, but I think he's got it.
Probably more technical. Obviously,
I haven't seen him in a big team where they've got possession yet. Can you imagine if a team if he was in City, camping a team in on their own edge of their own area?
I think Elisa could go to United.
I want to be United. I want to be United.
There's already been links.
Get rid of Anthony.
We'll get to United, but why the hell did he come on? Oh my god. Holy moly.
Before we go into the dour stuff, let's go into the happy stuff. So we did most hated 11 with Tots a few weeks ago. We went most loved, or like the Kante 11, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
N'Golo Kante 11. So players that we just...
N'Golo's the sporting director.
Yeah, he's in charge. He's in charge of the transfers in this club here. A few ones I struggle with because there's a lot of shit hours in the Premier League, we know that. But let's see how we go. Let's go one for one. We might as well go one for one.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Okay. I went in goal, Bernd Leno.
Okay.
It's a bit of a humble, hasn't really provoked anyone yet. Goalkeepers are so hard. They always, I can't think of a goalkeeper that's done something nice in their life ever. But he's just, Fulham, humble club. Makes a few good saves. Good bloke.
That's fair enough.
Struck him in there.
I went with Ramsdale.
That's actually so much smarter.
Just because Arsenal, there's still Arsenal fans that would have him over Raya.
Yeah.
And they love him, and he's just kind of like every pundit says he's like a good lad, trains well.
Good dressing room.
And obviously being on the bench, any footballer being on the bench would hurt your ego, or especially playing at that level.
Yeah.
So, and the fact he hasn't gone out and put in a transfer request and derailed their season, I think he's just a good lad. Good lad.
There's
going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, a couple good boys.
Be like Roy, it's his job, isn't it?
It's his job. That's his job, isn't it? All right. Let me go left back. I want Mikolenko as my left back.
Yeah, nice. Yep.
Yep. Just again, someone good player as well. Actually, by the way, underrated player. Doesn't provoke me yet. Hasn't made me angry yet. Again, left backs is hard because again, defenders bit all shit houses. So to find a proper someone that's loved. This guy gets the job done. Everton fans rave about this dude. I feel like he's one of their highly rated. So I got him at left back for me.
I mentioned him earlier. I went with Robinson.
Anthony Robinson, nice. Good shout. Yep.
I feel like everyone just kind of respects him and likes him as a player.
Yeah.
I think now people starting to realise he's actually having a good year.
Top player, yeah.
Every time Liverpool played Fulham this year, he's always been a fucking nightmare to come up against. So.
He was big in that Carabao Cup, yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah. So he's just a good player.
Mike, I'll do my back two, my centre backs. Yep. I went with Craig Dawson, which is a bit of a personal shout. I love my Craig Dawson shout.
I like that.
I went with Thiago Silva, which is funny because he's had a lot of teams, right? I'm not sure I said for Milner and them hated because he played for all the teams, but Thiago Silva's someone that everyone just respects, right? He's nearly 40 now.
Yeah.
Still probably the best centre back at Chelsea. Like heroic player, great on the ball. Had some great moments. And then Craig Dawson, again, another great player.
I like that from you.
Just English lad, works hard. Was great at West Ham. West Ham fans loved him. They were annoyed when they sold him. He's gone to Wolves and become one of their stalwarts. I reckon he's probably their best centre back as well.
Was good at West Brom when they
and prior to that as well. Exactly. So these are guys that both of them actually experienced players, get the job done, and they're nice to watch as well.
Yep. Very nice. I had Silva as well.
Yeah.
He's probably like my favourite centre back of all time, to be honest.
You
like just to watch, obviously not the best, but just to watch and he's just a good professional, isn't he? And I've got Lewis Dunk as well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was close to dunking.
Yeah,
very
just
close.
like obviously how long he's been at Brighton and
stalwart.
Just consistently very good. So I feel like no one really like talks bad about him.
You could put a full Brighton team in here. You
probably could. Yeah.
And he's whips in some great free kicks as well. Jeez, he's got some.
Yeah.
He's got some dip in those free kicks. That's why I like him as well. All right back. This could be a controversial one, I reckon. I'm a Dan Burn.
Ooh,
just a big,
he can play left back, centre back now.
Yeah, I put him. I was like, I could put him anywhere, just because that bloody dance maybe whipped out on the Sky Sports coverage of the change room. He's just the most like BFG bloke of all time, big friendly giant guy of all time, decent performer. Newcastle love me. The fact he's still playing in this starting 11 says a lot about how he's on. And I just because of how fluid he is, check that right back as well. Stick him in there. Sounds like a funny geezer as well. So got him in there.
Fair enough, yeah. I went with a bit of a rogue one. I went with Issa Kabora from Luton.
Shout.
I think he's had a really good year, and I think always plays under Rob Edwards, and he's just a really good player.
Super player.
You know, when we've played them, Diaz has had a bit of a tough time getting past him. I remember when we played at Anfield, Diaz was going at him, and he was just constantly there. And I think he's had a really good year, and again, one of those players that is definitely capable of playing in the Prem if Luton were to go down.
Yeah.
And I think any fan of any club would take him and be like, yeah, I'm happy with him.
Serious athlete as well. Absolutely. All right, midfield. I went a West Ham player. I went Thomas Souček in holding midfield. Or he's got someone else. I went, Souček. And another guy, just a big lanky bugger that just plays some good football, always consistent. Seems like some good fun. His celebrations are hilarious as well.
The one.
He just puts his arms out and just runs around. So I just love him. Probably one of my favourite West Ham players as well, by the way. Just consistent. Ever since that COVID year, he's been superb. So I went Thomas Souček as my holder in my team.
I went as my holder, Endo.
Oh, there he is. The Japanese Mosquitoes.
I had to put him in.
Yeah.
16 mil. What a player. Every Liverpool fan in the world loves him. Even rival fans, you can't hate him. He's just a bit of a warrior, a samurai, whatever you want to call him.
The lot.
Just everything. He's, prime Busquets.
Love it. Busquets is the B-Tech end.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right, my second midfielder, in between, I got John McGinn.
Yeah, nice, I got him.
Scottish geezer.
Yeah.
Score some belting goals as well, by the way.
Even his celebration, I can't do it though.
It's just like,
I can't do it.
I love it though. And he's just Brexit footy as well, by the way. I just love it. And he scored some good goals this year, so I've got him in there in my Michael 11.
Yeah, I got him as well. Yeah. And I've got Ward-Prowse as my other.
Ward-Prowse, I like that.
Ward-Prowse.
From some of the golf shots out.
Love his celebration. Love a bit of golf. But yeah, just brilliant at Southampton. Brilliant at West Ham. England fans love him.
Won't play
West Ham fans love him. Yeah, no, won't play, but England fans are crying for him to be in every single squad.
Yeah.
He's just sort of Mr. Consistent, always reliable. So
massive sign for them.
And no one hates him, so everyone loves him.
I love him as well, yeah. Makes sense. My number 10 is Eberechi Eze.
Yeah, nice. That's a good shout, yeah.
After we just talked about him.
Got about him. Yeah.
Bit of a street baller as well, just getting show off, score some belters.
That's very good, yeah.
Cold celebrations as well. My TikTok For You page is always Eze at Elite Save clips. So, I love these two.
That's very good.
Due a big move soon, so he's my number 10. Yeah. Front threes.
Who's your...
Should I left?
We'll go left to right.
Left to right. Okay, I went Son on the left. Yeah. I feel like he's the captain. For me, he's the captain of the team.
He's literally the captain of the team, yeah.
Bro, he's the nicest captain ever, so I can't really talk about it.
Yeah, you can't say a bad thing about him.
Down the middle, I've got Diogo Jota.
Oh, nice.
Loves it at FIFA. So everyone loves it at FIFA, so I'm backing that in.
Does everyone love him though after his dive against Newcastle?
It's not a dive.
I feel like everyone respects him. Everyone respects him. Finally.
Yeah.
I've been fucking saying it for 4 years.
This guy's a superstar.
He's good. If he plays, he's fucking class.
He's amazing. I love him. I think he plays like a 6'4" guy.
Yeah,
5'10" guy's body, whatever he is. Like one of the best headers of the ball, effort, intensity. And I always talk about I love my forwards to give a crap, like work up and down the pitch. That's what he does. So I like him.
That.
People like him.
People like him.
Plays with FIFA as well. So gotta love that.
Yeah.
Who's your striker?
I've got. This is just personal favourite. I've put Divock Origi. I had to. The clutch master.
The biggest moment.
Divock time. Forget Fergie time. It's Divock time.
He could have hurt you in the weekend though. He came close a few times.
That left footer. I thought it was in. Jeez.
He's good.
I think everyone in that moment, every Liverpool fan was like, "Please, Divock, no,
just don't do it. Don't do it.
Piss off."
Yeah.
When he came off, he got a good reception as well, which was nice.
So.
I wish he could have played the game at Anfield, which would have been nice. But I had to put him in.
Yeah,
I had to put him in.
You have to.
I had to. Yeah.
And my right winger is Karim Mitoma.
Ooh, nice.
I feel like again, very humble. It's sort of like Son. They're always like quiet spoken guys, but they're just superb on the ball. They're just like in terms of like likeable, is just likeable to watch as well. I love watching Mitoma play. Sits defenders on their asses 24/7.
Yeah.
And just exciting player to watch and doesn't do anything wrong yet. So he's a likeable guy.
That's a good shout. I put Neto.
Good shout as well.
Yeah.
Future mini celebrations, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. He just wants to get on the FIFA. FIFA 25 cover. You know, I don't blame him because that's like Harvey Elliott a couple of weeks ago. He was doing he did about 20, I think. It was a lot.
I love those TikToks.
It like counting
up.
But I feel like every like fan of a big club wants him.
Gun. Yeah.
He's just. I think he's hopefully he'll get a big move sometime soon.
Yeah.
That'll be a big loss for Wolves, but he's one of those players where. If the money's, if a club has the money, I think you'd be stupid not to have a look at
100%. So. Prem proven now, eh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Manager.
I went past the Cogwood.
Yeah, same. Mate balls don't come through. Mate balls don't come
tax.
Through. Yeah.
But he kind of... I mean, no one else is really... Maybe Klopp's not liked by a lot of people.
Say,
Guardiola the same.
The only other player I think was Rob Edwards. I know the likable guy.
Oh, that's a good shout.
He's got the... I love a bit of Rob Edwards. He's got the passion.
Even Gary O'Neill.
Yeah, people like Gary O'Neill.
Yeah.
But I think... Mate ball is clear. Top 6 club.
Yeah, mate ball is clear. And the fact he's done so well at Tottenham.
I love it. They celebrated. They went nuts when that Romero header went in.
He was quite cool, yeah. He sees the bigger picture, which is why so many people respect him. Yeah,
I love it. He just
Bob Edwards is assistant, and we'll have
Gary O'Neill
can be like the
sporting director,
or
like chief of scouting or
Conte's the CEO.
Yeah, Conte's upstairs. Conte's overseeing the whole club in itself.
That entire club, that's getting Champions League final. That's No, what would that team realistically do?
This team's not getting anywhere because they don't have any tactical fouls. They can't hack anyone down. They're too nice. They don't want to.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, no red cards.
No red card in this team.
No yellows. So we're clear of suspensions.
Yeah, we've got a full starting 11. I think my team will get some. No, I'll go Europa League footy. I think we'll get some Europa League football.
I think Conference League
for yours.
Yeah, I've got a Regi up top, like that kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got clinical finisher in Jota.
But I got Endo, Champions League. I got Endo. So
clutch moments with
Endo. Probably Conference League, I'd say.
Name more Brexit DM combinations, Suchek and McGinn for me, mate.
That is class. Jesus.
And I got Son and Curry Matone just tearing up on the flanks.
I mean, I got Silver and Donk as my centre half, so that's like composure and just fucking Brexit.
And just get it out of there. Yeah. Take your pick. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Dawson, Thiago, so maybe that's the most.
I like my fullback. Kabore and Robinson, I like that.
You got pace.
And just pace. Get up, get forward. So
chuck the wingers forward. Bit of.
I should put Conor Bradley in. Fuck.
Oh, Bradley shout. I like Conor Bradley as well. Yeah.
I already had Endo in, so I thought, I'll put a Luton.
Yeah, we basically went one per club. I think,
one per club.
In the end, it was good.
That was good.
I like it. We're doing well.
Very nice.
It's a very subjective segment. Yeah. We've done all right there.
Yeah.
All right, last 3 games. I'm going to touch on in depth, but we'll go in depth on the derby in the end. Luton 2, Villa 3. Probably my favourite game from the weekend in terms of this is exciting. I love watching Luton play at the moment as well. They're a team that does not look like they're 18th.
They're so unlucky. In a way, it's just they can't finish off games. Yeah. They're just conceding late in pretty much like every game.
I think every top 6 club
I can think of like Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City wasn't really that late, but still they were up at halftime.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah, and they've
even Burnley early in the season. Like, they've just dropped. They could have another I'm thinking 12 points easy.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like they could have got draws in some of those games, even wins. Yeah. They're so unlucky. But I don't know what that is. Is that maybe just a mentality thing? Maybe just
experience, I think.
A bit of experience. Just maybe the way they. I don't know. Maybe just a mix of everything. But they haven't lost any. No one's back. Gone against them or anything. They're still a great side, Luton. I still hope they stay up. I don't think
there's still a chance. It's very thin, but it's still a chance.
If I can't see Nottingham going down just because I think they got too much going forward.
So many players, yeah.
Brentford is the only team really, but
not Everton,
even then you back Tony and Frank and stuff. And
I think Everton's the only other team that can go down. That's my thought.
That points deduction has helped.
The promotion again.
The promotion of the
I just think though there's such
I hope
bad
they don't
form.
go down, but when you lose all these close games, they've lost so many. When does it become a point where it's I
know.
Not that they're going to give up, but it just becomes a bit too So.
We saw Rob Edwards on when the third going in. He just I don't see him so
I feel
angry.
Sorry for
he
him
was just
because he's
furious.
done an unbelievable job.
What a comeback! And the goal as well. They just said we're just gonna put the ball in the box.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
he's up there for manager of the season for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which it looks ridiculous.
Especially how they started, with the whole stadium and they had to play a bunch of away games. It looked at the start I think they lost 4-1 to Brighton. And,
they got battered to Brighton.
Obviously lost to Burnley early on and stuff like that. But yeah, he's done a great job, and he's a lot of good players to come out of Luton that might get Premier League moves.
You hope they hang around as a group,
but it's very, very rare that a group like that stays together.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you just remember them. Streets won't forget the 24 Luton.
I don't imagine a guy like Ross Barkley will stay.
United
it'd be good.
United are in for him, because Radcliffe loves what Barkley does. So you've got big
Ross Barkley.
Yeah, Ross Barkley.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, but that's the year he's had though. Ross Barkley.
I know he's had a good year, but
I put him up there as one of my signings of the seasons early in the
100%.
year. I think in terms of impact.
100%,
That's a massive impact in his team. Even Adebayo up front,
he's been good.
He's going to get some big moves.
Even Kabore,
Doughty.
Yeah.
See what a ball he put into the area as well. Goal, the second goal.
Craig Goodwin, mate. Fucking Craig Goodwin.
Craig Goodwin ate your heart out. So I'm thinking now, Doughty's he's probably their player of the season, I reckon, Doughty. I don't think he's missed a game, missed a beat.
I think most people say Barkley, but Doughty's been.
In terms of I think Barkley's probably the better player and overall has had some bigger moments, but Doughty's just been every game.
Yeah.
And that guy worked his socks off up that flank.
He does, yeah.
That's
you can make an argument for most of their 11.
Yeah.
I think Kaminsky's had some really good games.
What's some massive, even this game in
I was going to put him in my most loved.
I think
but I had Kabore, so I was I'll put Ramsey.
Yeah. He's made some massive saves.
A lot of good players. Again, as you said, it'd be great if they stayed together. It's just so rare that a team...
The world doesn't work like that anymore.
Because obviously Premier League clubs will look at some of the players.
Take that.
Even some of the Championship clubs that are coming up, like a Leicester.
Or they need to prove their defence.
Adebayo or something like that. Their defence or their forward line. Yeah.
Doughty.
Exactly.
Nice, up and down. Yeah, there's... Even there's some of the guys
even Mengi at
the recycled ones, almost like Tahit Chong, Mengi, the guys that have been at Prem clubs, went to Championship clubs, and now have moved up.
Is Chong on loan or did he get sold?
He's signed there.
So he's officially
a Luton player. Even they're missing Sambi Lakonga, Marvis Lakamba. They're missing some big names in that midfield. They're
still playing well.
Taking it to them. Obviously a big win for
Villa.
See
what Rob Edwards does. I think he'll stay.
I think he'll hang around.
I don't think there'll be a job for him. I can't see a job.
No, because no one else, none of that mid-group's going to open up unless De Zerbi gets a big boy move to Spain.
I can't see that happening though. They've been too inconsistent for a top club to trust him.
To go into him, yeah.
I think if a team it'd be stupid, but if a team like Brentford were to sack Thomas Frank,
that's a good pick-up, yeah.
But I don't think they'll ever. He's not even close to getting sacked. Thomas Frank. He's done. He's earned enough.
He is
backing.
He is Brentford. I feel like he is the identity. Yeah. And obviously, Uno was pumped full time, massive win for them. Obviously, this is
Villa
talk about the right subs as well. You bring on Digne and you bring on Diaby. They connect for the goal. Diaby into Digne. Another great.
I'm excited for when we do our top 10 strikers list, which will be in a little while still. But I think Watkins. He's going to be so high up. He's got 26 GA.
Yeah.
He's the most in the Prem.
Yeah.
26 for a striker.
And he's beaten his best season in terms of just goals.
Yeah.
And we're forgetting he was in the championship as well, so he's had a championship year as well. So
and like there was so many doubts.
Yeah.
Like Villa fans, I'm sure, have said Watkins maybe isn't.
Danny
maybe
Ings
we need
was
someone
the
else.
other one in there at the time. So
like I don't think Villa fans have ever been like, get rid of him. Like he's not good. But I think they've been like, maybe we need someone to compete. Yeah. But now he's
a guy.
He's probably the second best striker in the Premier League.
Yeah, he is.
So he is, yeah.
Complete. That's the complete football as well. He was for the goals important as well. That final goal, he dropped in, little layoff to Diaby.
I mean, 26 GA is mental. That is insane for Villa.
For Villa,
the entire club,
and for the Premier League in terms of how close it's been this year. Those numbers are just through the roof. And I tell you what, Unai is right in these games. We've seen some he's normally a very
even at the end that was an emotional win for him.
He was whipping it.
He knows some of the big clubs. Everyone knows the big clubs have struggled there.
Yeah,
we struggled there. Arsenal struggled there. City struggled there.
Newcastle lost there. Tottenham grinded out a result there.
They put that Tottenham game. They should have been up like 3-0 in 10 minutes, but it was still a grind.
A grind game, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
Kenilworth has lived up to expectation as being one of the hardest places to go.
Yeah. Good on Villa. You think they'll get fourth?
I think they've got it now. Yeah. I think Tottenham are just a little bit off it. Not at the. Since Madison's come back, he's still been great, but it hasn't been the Madison that we saw at the start of the year where he was just assisting for fun.
Yeah. I back him.
I think they've got it.
They won't get below fifth. I think. Yeah, no way. I can't see it.
Yeah, United and Newcastle competing for that 8th, 7th spot.
Yeah.
The penultimate game, Bournemouth beat Burnley 2-0. That's all it is. Great goal from Clivert. Sat the defender down, roofed it. Great finish. Then Semenyo, my guy Semenyo, back in it as well. And Bournemouth back to winning ways. I think that's their first win in 2024. And they go back away from that bottom pack, which they do not deserve to be there, by the way.
I actually saw little bits and pieces of this game because I was at the cast and they had it on. Yeah. So I was like looking a bit. But Burnley had some decent chances.
They started the better team.
They just can't score.
And who had that big chance as well?
was in here and there.
When Larson had a good chance, he hit straight into the defender. Empty net.
Even the free kick. I think it was him. He took the free kick as well.
It says a lot though when they brought Benson and they brought Amdouni on. The crowd was giving the whole fake, come on, company, play these guys.
Good win for Bournemouth. I can't believe that's their first win in the new year.
They've played some great football.
I know
So the debate we always have on the couch here is I'm in the Bournemouth corner, they're in the Wolves corner. Because I said I'd rather be Bournemouth with Andre Areola, who plays proper advanced football, because I feel like that's more consistent. You can replicate that. Whereas Gary O'Neill, it's great. You get top eight, but will it last every single year? Yeah, does that style of football always last?
Bournemouth are looking obviously long term, and they believe Areola's that guy. And
I think that's one of the steals into the manager signings. It's good football. Yeah. It's good players. They've got some players there as well as Albani.
I hope they improve with their signings because they can generally be. I think they can be where Wolves are. They might be mental. But they got a good coach. They got a decent forward line.
They're 7 points.
I think it's just their midfield, which is a bit lacking. I think their defense can hold up at times. I think it can.
I think they're back.
I think it's just their midfield. I think if they had a Paulinho in there,
everyone was a Paulinho. I tell you what, saying that Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie, again, they're not big names. Yeah. I'm not saying they are, but they have their flaws, what they've done though has been impressive. I think their style of football is exceeding what they can do. Yeah. But they've still they've hung around. They've done the job. So. Yeah. Fair play. They're only 7 points off Wolves with a game in hand.
Yeah. It's a win. It's a win-win. No one lost.
Yeah.
No one lost.
But
there's no guarantee that Gary O'Neill would have worked at Bournemouth.
That's the thing. I don't think you get this same sort of progression they're going to go on with Gary. That's just my
I feel like Wolves just suited, because it was Wolves, it's everyone's against us. Our managers just left. Yeah. And obviously Gary O'Neill had that chip on his shoulder with Bournemouth not
getting rid of him.
So I feel like it was just kind of
made to be.
Yeah, something that both parties it was they see the same thing. Yeah. So obviously Bournemouth are looking more long term, and I think it's a win-win for both.
Both clubs win out.
Argue both.
In the way you probably could.
Yeah. No wrong answer.
Yeah, I think no wrong answer.
There generally isn't.
Both.
Bournemouth are probably the same as where they are last year, but playing better football.
Yeah.
Wolves are miles better, playing better football. But obviously Neto's probably going to leave.
Yeah. Can you deal with that? Yeah, that whole kind of... Interesting.
Also,
final game was... what a game this one was.
Fucking hell.
It was 3-1 to City.
Yeah.
Foden decided to ruin Rashford's day and claim he was the biggest boy in Manchester.
Yep. He showed him what turning up
for 90 minutes. Yeah,
for a full 90 does.
And this is why I keep saying I don't like Rashford, because Rashford.
It's all well and good scoring a screamer, but what's what you do after that? And he did.
Walker found him in his pocket last night when he went to bed. He was like, "Oh, there's Rashford again." There's him. It's just
he could have had a hat trick in the first half.
Like, so the penalty shout against Garnacho, United fans are up in arms for that. I think that was fine in my eyes.
Penalty shout.
Did you not see it when Edison?
That one.
Yeah.
Is that actually a talking point?
People United, because obviously I follow United Twitter, United Instagram, so all I've seen is all about that.
Oh, people are actually getting mad.
People up in hands about that.
Oh.
And then obviously Ten Hag went.
I thought it
was fair as well. Ten Hag went up about the Rashford thing. I just think keep your feet, kid. Like stand up and
that was
run
weak.
through. He was waiting for any contact and was going to fall out. Even though he was through on goal, by the way, at 1-0 in the game, like it was a chance to make it 2-0, and obviously had the one who was over the back of the first half where he just miscontrolled his head into the ground. He miskicked the ball, he aired the ball. So
that's shocking.
As much as he might have been the player of the game if we went and won it, he could have also turned out to be the villain of the game as well in many regards. Like Scott McTominay invisible. I always think in a parallel universe, if Fred had stayed, what would have happened?
Well, you would be much better, that's for sure. I don't know why you got rid of Fred so easily. And
he was massive last season.
I know McTominay's won you some points here and there, but for the future, that's who cares?
Like, I understand you can keep McTominay, but bench player. But Fred would be perfect again like that, man. Just getting to run around, snap people, like he's not. I'm not gonna. This is really stressing, but like how Fred was for us last year, how Endo sort of beat up time for you this year.
In a way, yeah.
Whereas he's gonna pop some big goals. I think of Barcelona, those massive performances against De Jong.
That's not a wild shout.
He had in terms of a back end, like post World Cup Rashford, post World Cup Fred, I think as well, like ridiculous against Fulham in the FA Cup as well, big performance there. And he pop up for important goals as well, like coming through for I think that Barcelona game, that's one of my favourite games I've ever watched. Where Fred scores that goal early on, like that's just limbs. But that's what he was. He could score goals as well. I know McTominay scored a lot, but he's someone in the big games as well that has got abilities to have the ball at his feet. Yeah, McTominay is just a goal merchant basically.
He is.
He has no.
If he doesn't score, he doesn't do anything.
He's invisible. It was irrelevant.
And like City had 27 shots and United had 26
possession.
Would you like? This is what annoys me about I'm not saying Ten Hag should get sacked, but if I was a fan, I would rather lose 4-0, but trying to play rather than, because that does nothing for guys like Mainu and Garnacho.
No.
If you want to be, I remember a couple of years ago when Liverpool lost 5-0 to City. We got a red card that game and it was just awful. But we tried to play and you could see, and it was, I would rather that than losing 3-1. Looking like it was competitive, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think this goes back to last year where we tried to play against you. We tried to play against City. We could say 13 in 2 games. Because last year, the scoreline looks like it was a good game, but 6-3, we were never in that game. But we tried to play. We had moments.
Yeah.
And then against you guys, again, we tried to play, and that just went...
You did have chances, though, in the first half.
Exactly. But it's just...
So one of those goes in and it's a completely different
game. You know what the media does, though? They turn that into, that's the worst day, Ten Hag should be gone, this, that, and the other. I think that's why he's now recognised what the media and what English is, society's about. You can't go too aggressive and get battered, because then your job's almost gone. And I'm with you. I'd rather see you go out there and cop a 4-0, but you played on the front foot, 50% possession. Because the whole point of bringing Ten Hag in was to play possession football. We haven't done that.
What is his style though?
There is no style, because
that's the thing.
Because this year I guess the injuries are part of it, but last year we're in such a flow of just counter-attacking and moments that why change that to, because
there was no talk of,
there's no need to do it, because you were just winning games, and you had Rashford in the form of his life. But when it doesn't work, and you need to play proper football, and for the benefit of Garnacho, Mainu, even Højlund, these are guys that are working systems, not for just moments. Yeah, exactly. They can't just keep bringing moments up. Exactly. And I just
love hearing it from a United perspective, that for me, if Liverpool play like that, I'd find it so embarrassing.
I feel like I'm to accept that. The last 8 derbies away at City, it's all been the exact same thing.
Just sit back. There's no progression.
No. You could say it was Ole or Jose, then I wouldn't think any different. It'd be the exact same.
More shots than possession. That's
bad.
mental. That is crazy. For a Man United team that I know there's a lot of injuries, obviously Shaw and Martinez and Højlund being out. Was there anyone else, or was it just them? Shaw, Martinez, Højlund.
Them.
Just them?
Maguire,
yeah. Even Johnny Evans hasn't been too bad, but
yeah.
still, like, you want to see a bit of progression again, I don't know. I don't know about
there's
Man
patches.
United. I don't watch them every week. I don't follow them, but it's hard. It just would annoy me if Liverpool were to come out having 26% possession, Man City having more shots than we have possession, and not seeing any progress with any of the players in terms of their individual development and as a team.
Yeah, it's what it's felt like for ages now. Though, like each year, or is this year going to start playing possession football? You try one game, we get beaten by like a Luton or like a Fulham, and you go, oh, I'm going to go back to just counter attacking because that's how we win games.
Even his subs, I mean,
well,
has there been like reports of Diallo doing something in training or something that I don't know of?
I thought this was Diallo's year. He came pre-season, looked good.
I don't get it.
Got injured.
What's he done? What?
What is he?
Who's what's his name? Forsen?
Yeah.
Why is Anthony playing first of all?
Yeah. Well, there we go. You bring off Evans and you bring off Rashford.
No, he brought off Garnacho, I think. Did Rashford stay on? I swear.
No, Rashford came off first. So
Rashford came off first.
Evans and Rashford came off for Anthony and Kumbrella. I'm not going to blame the poor young kid.
Yeah, no, he was
fine. After that moment, they go and score like within a few minutes later. Everyone's like, Johnny Evans was put in one of those like Johnny Evans type performances.
Had to have been knackered. There's no way you change your back 4, 5, whatever the fuck they were doing.
I'm sure Johnny Evans, even if he was knackered, he loves the badge. He would keep playing. He would keep playing. Yeah. Like it was all. I know we just conceded, but it was going all right. Like we're still in the game. We're hanging in there.
Yeah.
You take them off, and then within seconds, it comes from that side. Foden little interplay, and it goes in. You're thinking like, oh, if Johnny Evans was at centre back and Lindelof was at full back, does it all? It just you think what if, right?
Yeah.
It was just it was one of those games. It was once the first went, and you knew it was going to be 3 or 4.
You knew they were going to score.
The floodgates just went wide open. Onana, by the way, put in a absolutely incredible performance.
He's been better. Yeah.
I will stand here and say it's turned out to be a solid enough signing.
Onana without Champions League music is
amazing.
Good.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Good,
yeah, he created the goal as much as
he did. Yeah,
everyone will say, "Oh, Rashford's finished," but who saw Bruno make the run and hit them?
Yeah, he made some good saves as well. Yeah. Made a good one-on-one save with Foden.
I thought it was in. I thought it was goal.
Yeah, especially the form Foden's been. Yeah. Couldn't do anything about the goals. Again, you could argue the second one, but it's more the finish.
I think with the pace of the build-up, it went too fast. And he was right under him. He couldn't get down. I know it's hard.
It's more the finish.
As an experienced keeper myself,
I don't know. It's just
there's too many question marks. The
style of play is just fucking in the bin at the minute.
There is no style of play. That's the problem. There's no style of play.
No.
You'll go home and play like 70% possession and lose.
Yeah.
But you'll play at home next week, 40% possession and win. And then we'll go to Man City and compete with 20% possession. Yeah. It's just, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Thing is, City are back in it. City are now on back.
Yeah.
They were never not in it. But
they were never out of it.
But for a minute, 4 points looked really, really nice. And they put the live table up. I'm like,
great.
Liverpool fans are licking their lips and saying, we win next week, 7 points.
Oh, man. They just, even at halftime, I'm sure every Liverpool fan and Arsenal fan were thinking they'll get back and win this. So it was...
Football Twitter, though, was hilarious. Man City 1-0 down is the greatest team in history. They're 1-0 down. They love a good comeback.
Yeah.
It's just too good.
They do what they do. They find ways to win, and they go on these runs where they don't lose in 20 games. And
ridiculous.
It's depressing, but you can't.
It's inevitable.
You can't be mad about it. They're just such a good team. They're one of the best, if not the best. Probably the best team we've ever seen.
Yeah. So. Pain in the ass to wear living third.
Yeah, and they just don't stop. Guys like Foden are only
starting.
Just starting.
Yeah.
So Doku, So.
Names and names and names.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish off winners and losers real quick. I'm gonna go through my winner here, NUNEZ.
Love it.
I think it could be his most important goal of his whole career. I think that could be it. That's the moment. If this goes on to win the league for Klopp in his last year, I don't care what final he scores in next. This could be the most important goal he may score in his Liverpool career in terms of the impact, the momentum, what was going on at that point in time, who was playing, who was not playing, coming off the bench. That would be it could go down as the best moment, his best goal in his Liverpool career.
Yeah.
If you go on and win a title, you look back at some of these points here.
Oh yeah,
boy, oh boy, is that an important goal?
Yes. I mean, I'm going to expose myself here. I'm an absolute idiot because I think it might have been in the review video I did for 2023. I think I might have said it, or maybe I said it off air, I don't know. But I said if Liverpool are going to win the league, NUNEZ can't start at striker. So
look at that turned around.
I know. Look how that's turned around. I'm an idiot for saying that. But again, it was like, I think it was probably like after the Luton game where he missed a fucking sitter.
Yeah, he hit like every bar possible.
Yeah, it was like after a couple of games where he kept on missing. So again, I take that back. NUNEZ, I wasn't familiar with your game. So.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with you. I owe an apology.
No, I love him. He's an absolute freak.
And I'll go my loser before you go yours. I was going to Luton. Again, another great performance against the big boys, against the big six. Yet to take a single point off a big 16, even though they've been in every single... Oh, no, 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point of the big 16, but they should have had like 12.
They should be on site there. They should be well out of relegation. They should be near Bournemouth or something, you know? So
so that's my loser. It's a harsh loser, but they are the loser of the weekend, it feels like.
Winner? I'll go Timo Werner.
Yeah, first. I didn't say that. Yeah, first goal for Tottenham.
I go first goal for Tottenham. Good finish, I thought. He had a 1-on-1, which was a keeper actually did well.
Yeah, he did right.
Werner made probably the right decision. Tried to go around him with his pace, but good on him for getting his first goal. It's been coming. I thought it was been coming. He's had a couple of chances. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't like almost hit the post. Or something.
I was about to say for that chance, open net. I'm sorry, he like skied over.
Hit it quite sweet, which was nice. And then loser, I'll go Burnley. Just with like the chances that they created, not putting the ball in the back of the net. And still just winless. Looking a bit dire. And the fact that they had level on Sheffield is just mental. So.
It's deep. When I said they'll finish 12th as well, that's really sad. I think 11th to 12th. It's age.
A lot of people had high hopes on them.
I felt it was me a Fulham with the way they battered the Championship. It was ridiculous.
I know, they were so impressive.
Just shows Premier League's a different level nowadays.
Yeah, just a younger kind of...
pretty young inexperience. Too many signings as well.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming, mate.
Part one's done.
The Monday show has been done by the two boys. Gee, I tell you what, when I tell you Wednesday is going to be, or Thursday morning until when it releases, but whenever we record Wednesday, it's going to be a mammoth episode on Wednesday. There is a referee controversy, there's Bayer Leverkusen.
And top 10 DMs, which will be...
There's DMs. Oh, gee, that's going to be hard as well.
That's going to be hard,
We've got... what else we've got? Champions League games.
Championship.
Syria. Syria. There's a lot going on. Barcelona, we can hate on them again once again. Girona lost. Oh, it's going to be a field day.
So for 410 of you that are subscribed, don't watch this.
Yeah.
Words are going to have to be said. So,
Yeah. That means you have to make fake accounts and subscribe once again. That's the rumour.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man. Yeah. Been good. Almost subtle Monday, less yelling and more just...
Yeah, just friendly chat. Friendly chat.
Just a couple lads on the couch chatting.
Good. Nice and peaceful. So
yeah. Endo fan club, McAllister fan club. We're all here for it. Anyway.
Samurai. And
it's good, man. Samurai.
It's good.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Get this one popping off, and then Thursday will be even better. Hopefully.
Even better. 5 stars on Spotify. Follow on Apple Podcasts. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. You know that good stuff. Check out some of the recent videos as well that have been going out in the weekend, and catch us on Thursday morning for a mammoth episode. So then, guys, I'll see you guys later.